We have several calls. You've touched a couple of things. Let's go to Lonnie in Fontana. Hi, Lonnie. You're on the air. What's your question?
I did go to HUD to see if they could help us with a refi, and they asked, are we Fannie Mae and we are. And then the hang-up as to why they wouldn't go ahead and help us is because they say we have a non-conforming loan. We're on a 5-year arm. So it's a 5-year arm that they call a non-conforming loan. And because of that, and we are current, so it's a program we're looking for that we are current. However, when the 5-year arm changes things, then we're really going to be in trouble because work has gone so slow. We're afraid actually then is when we're going to lose our home.
Even with the plan administered by President Obama, he did leave it up to the investor's discretion to change some of the requirements just to get them to come on board to even do that particular program. So even though you go to Fannie Mae, you go to makinghomeaffordable.com and you type in your information and it says based on the information that you put, you do qualify for this. However, once they start reviewing your loan for that particular program, your investor may have changed some of the requirements. So now you don't qualify for that particular program. But in the caller's case, because she stated that the loan was backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, she would need to speak with the loss mitigation department and they would be able to give her more detailed information on her loan and whether or not it qualifies.
Okay, I'm going to jump to another call. Let's go to Montclair. Paul, it's your call. What's your question, Paul?
Hi, I wanted to know that when you get the certified letter, will it actually say you're in foreclosure?
Using that word, that's a question I have. I've gotten
Foreclosure
that question
is a
a lot.
scary word.
Well, the word foreclosure, does it mean the sale? Does it mean the notice of sale 21 days out? Does it mean the entirety of that period of time that you said can take 6 months and perhaps up to a year? What does the word foreclosure actually mean?
Foreclosure is the legal action of repossessing the property.
For non-payment.
For non-payment. And if there's any equity in it, the equity would be lost. So it's using an analogy of a car repossession. It's a foreclosure, a repossession of the home. So the notice of default is letting folks know that they're at risk of foreclosure.
Of foreclosure. So that's the at risk of. Okay, and Ryan, I'm going to address this to you. Melinda, feel free to jump in.
Okay.
We talked about that loss mitigation department versus what I think of as the collections department. So address that for a moment. I do know people that are getting these call centers that are outside of our borders.
Correct. You do have some companies that have outsourced jobs, or the loss mitigation or collections department for that matter, just to cut costs. However, when a homeowner makes the initial contact with their lender, they do not want to speak with customer service. They're just going to hear about their taxes, the insurance, anything else about the loan itself. They don't want to speak with collections because collections, it's self-explanatory. They're just there to collect payments. However, they want to make sure that they're speaking with the loss mitigation department, and that department specializes in any sort of workout, whether it be a loan modification, the new Obama plan, forbearance, or a repayment plan. The word loss mitigation is a fancy word for mitigating loss for not only the bank but the investor as well.
And that's common. Each of the banks should have that department. They'll
Correct.
recognize that phrase. And is there any reluctance on the part of the collections department to transfer you or give you a direct number?
No, no.
No, because you work with these people all the time, do you not?
Exactly.
Wonderful.
I even came from one of them. So.
We're out of time, unfortunately, and I want to say to our callers, I'm sorry that I couldn't get to all your calls. We love having guests of your caliber on here. Thank you for coming into our studio. I want to thank our guests, Ryan Escamilla-Woods and Melinda Opperman. Thank you for tuning in to our viewers. And next week, this will be another one of our foreclosure and facing the mortgage crisis episodes. We're in the 3rd of our series of 10. I'm Roger Bowman, and remember, it's your call. Thank you for tuning in.